Happy solstice, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'd love to know who's on here live. Please introduce yourselves. It's a great honor today that I offer myself to you as your priestess for your sacred inner marriage ceremony. I've dressed for the occasion in my flowing whites. Oh, and I trust you are also adorning this special time to explore this part of you. So, welcome Ivana and Emma and Michelle. Only 3 of you so far. Wow. Well, this is going to be intimate. And I trust, okay, so there's 16 of you. Hello, Lisa. Beautiful. Hello, Louise. Hello, Lisa. Lara. Marie. So I'd like to invite you, hello Anaya, just to let's drop down into sacred space, sacred time. I'd like to inaugurate your sacred space where you are, as well as my own, together, so that we create a unified temple of sacred union. I call in the angels of the 4 directions. Michael, Michaela, Raphael, Raphaela, Uriel, Uriela, Gabriel, Gabriela. Call you come and hold a sacred space of light around us. Calling in Archangel Michael, Michaela, Michael, Michaela, Michael, Michaela. Call you come and hold a sacred space of light for us in the east. We call the elemental force of fire, sacred, holy fire, to come and anchor here and to be with us in our ceremony, that we may ignite the sacred flame, the holy fire that burns within us and become more unified with our inner masculine and inner feminine. We call in the guardians and the gatekeepers and the elemental forces of the south, the elemental forces of water. Call you Archangel Gabriel, Gabriela, Gabriel, Gabriela, Gabriel, Gabriela. We call you come and hold a sacred space of light here in the south, that in our ceremony we may be connected to our fluidity, our flow, as much as we are to our emotional bodies. May we deeply engage with all aspects of our inner feminine and inner masculine, the immature, the mature, the dark, the light, that we may marry them all as one inside of us today. Calling the guardians and the gatekeepers and the elemental forces of the west, the elemental forces of the earth. We call you Archangel Uriel, Uriela, Uriel, Uriela, Uriel, Uriela, Uriel, Uriela. We call you come and hold a sacred space of light here in the west. We anchor into our bodies. We ask that this ceremony activate the ecstatic, full body, orgasmic union of inner masculine and inner feminine. So that every cell in our physical bodies may light up in the remembrance of this union within us. And calling in the guardians and the gatekeepers and the elemental forces of the north. We call it the elemental forces of the air. We call you Archangel Raphael, Raphaela, Raphael, Raphaela, Raphael, Raphaela. We call you come and hold a sacred space of light here in the north. That we may come into a deeper connection to our mental bodies. That we may receive clarity and wisdom and insight in this ceremony. That we may get to know parts of our inner masculine and inner feminine, the dark and the light, the mature and the immature, the healthy and the not so healthy. That we may integrate all parts of ourselves. And through that awareness, may we become more masterful as whole conduits, vessels of love on this earth. And I invite you to just land now in your own heart. And just see yourself, this is you transforming your home, wherever you are right now, your living room and your bedroom, into a temple for sacred union. And this, in this privacy of this temple, this intention is for an erotic inner sacred union. This is not the holy, down the aisle, face the priest and the community sacred union. This is your inner marriage with your all parts of you, your feminine, your dark aspects of your dark Shakti, your Kali Shakti, your alive erotic Shakti, as much as it is your marriage with your dark masculine, your wild man, your inner revolutionary, don't give a fuck, but let's do this, who marries at one with Kali and really creates revolution on the planet and in your own life and in your inner self. And making peace with the dark feminine, with the dark masculine, making peace and aligning them to their most compassionate and divine aspects, making peace with matter, with mother, and making peace with your inner light feminine, making peace with her sweet nectar and knowing that you are worthy to embody her, making peace with your inner light masculine, the pure consciousness and radiance that he carries, that he can hold us in. And I say making peace because some of us are more integrated in some aspects of our inner feminine and inner masculine. I know for me, my journey with my with my inner feminine was that I was quite in contact with the dark feminine. And when I say the dark feminine, I mean the dark goddess aspects, like the Kali aspect. I really drew on her to be a revolutionary at a time on the planet when there weren't many of us around. And I really drew on her and felt at home in her, in my sexuality. I felt at home in her wild, raunchy, erotic self. And she took me to the light feminine. She took me to that experience of that exquisite, golden consciousness of the light feminine that just blasted me open. It was the dark feminine who, exploded my heart to feel this incredible union and oneness with all that is. But then there was another part of me that didn't fully feel worthy of being the light feminine. It was simply worthiness. I just didn't feel. And it was also almost like projection. Like I was always dark hair, dark skin. I was always dark, and I wasn't the blonde, the blonde, blue-eyed, light feminine. And it's interesting how others project the surface layers of those things on us, just even by how we look. So we're going to really invite you to really embody and take a look at your relationship with your inner light feminine and your inner light masculine, and your dark feminine and dark masculine. And for me, I kind of rebelled against the light feminine. It was like, she was this kind of holier than thou, pure, disconnected from sexuality. I didn't want the light feminine, but I was really denying my heart. I was really denying myself of her sweet nectar. I was really denying myself of her sweet, pure self. Hello, everyone who's coming on. Sabina and Sonia and Adrienne. Ambika. And I know when I was exploring, as I was really going more deeply into sacred union and tantra, and I was in the Ista container, and I was invited to embody my dark masculine. I was like, I'd completely denied my dark masculine. I didn't even know, and I judged the dark masculine. And it was interesting how I'd seen that through the shadow of my life. The shadow had been that I was attracted to bad boys. It was like I'd like them dark-haired, tattooed, dark-skinned, DJ, often musos, often, into partying and drugs. And I'm talking, like a decade ago, but there was a period like in my 30s and early 40s, my late 30s and early 40s, that I was really exploring, and attracting those dark masculine men who weren't aligned so much in that power, and it was very wild sexually, and yet he wasn't caring for my heart. So I felt like that experience where I had disconnected from the dark masculine inside of me, I was exploring it through the men in my life. And it was, kind of unhealthy. It was kind of really wounding me on a lot of levels. He was like, those dark masculine few were, into polyamory, and they were not into containing the sexual energy. And they were, just very explosive in that, like, wild man energy. And so I denied my dark masculine, and I'm still integrating it. But to the point where I had to see, like, well, I'm really closing off to men because I'm really closing off to that part of myself. I'm really closing off to a whole man because I'm closing off to that part of me. So then, you know, I began to do these practices where I was invited, what part of what I'm going to invite you today is to really, you know, get into that dark masculine inside of me. And I found him to be not what I thought. You know, almost like, as I shared, I was very comfortable with Kali. I was just like, you know, look at me, I'm not dark. You know, you project to Kali that she's dark, but she's just pure fierce love. She's just this pure, come on, let's get out of the box, let's liberate our energy now, let's just do this. And he was the same, you know. The dark masculine was like pure Shiva, like destroying only the limitations in me. And it's like, since marrying those two, it's like I've really needed my dark masculine and continue to need this dark masculine to be a revolutionary woman, as you do. As we are here to birth these new paradigms, we're here to also integrate him too. Integrate that aspect of him in us too. Because he will really give you the courage, you know, to step it out into the world. It's like Kali is like, yeah, she's this inner plane, mystical dark feminine that can just, you know, help us to break open the limitations. But then it's like the dark masculine to me is that aspect that says, okay, let's do this. Let's have the courage to try something new here and just like get out of our own way and just, you know, strut this street and own it. It's like, we need that too. We need that warrior, that king energy. So the king energy, the light masculine is like the inner king. And he's marrying the inner queen. But we want all these, we can see them as a quadrant of four energies. I've got a little diagram because I'm going to get you to explore what it is for you, because there's no use me speaking about it too. I wonder if you can see. So maybe you can't see that well, but it's like this. You've got this quadrant, and this is the body. You know, this is part of the body and the psyche, and you know, this is you. This is your heart. And down here we have matter, mother, the energy, the earth, and then over here we have dark feminine, and over here we have dark masculine. And here we've just got the quadrant. And here we've got light feminine, and here we've got light masculine. This is spirit. So I'm going to get you to draw this on a piece of paper. And we're actually going to dance and embody. I'm going to drum for you today, see how that goes on the webinar, and to really embody these qualities. Because for us to have a full-blown tantric, ecstatic, erotic, divine marriage ceremony, we're going to need all our inner masculine and all our inner feminine with it. So if you want to just draw that, and then you just so you get a sense. And even if you just did one piece of paper with a square and just call this part dark feminine, call this part dark masculine, call this part light masculine, and call this part light feminine. And put spirit on the top of the page, and put matter on the bottom of the page. Put mother, matter, father, spirit. Very auspicious today. It's my father's birthday. Got a solstice dad. He's been a handful, but I love him dearly. So I just want to continue with the transmission a bit. So the light masculine is this frequency of pure consciousness. The divine masculine. The king, the royal one. He's very still. You know, the light masculine is the one that, you know, takes me when I'm frazzled or overworked or out of balance, and sometimes scattered, and I feel myself unable to focus. The light masculine will be the one to go, let's just sit and breathe, you know, let's go for a walk and do some practice and align yourself to come back to the stillness of the gold. And the light feminine, and I've always been fine with light masculine, and I hardly ever attracted light masculine men. Very interesting until recently, when I started, after I integrated my dark feminine, my dark masculine, I mean. And my closest male beloved now is pure light masculine. First time in my life. So now I'd like to ask you to also now open up to the light feminine. And the light feminine, feel what she is inside of you. And the light feminine, we'll have more time for this, but I just want to speak to her a little bit while you're feeling her. And she's the queen. And she's got these very royal light codes. And she's like Kuan Yin. She's the archetype of Kuan Yin. It's pure compassion, pure love. You know, the light feminine's the one that puts me on my juice fast and says we're only having apple juice for 5 days. We're going to clean, and we're going to go off coffee, and we're going to go and do a cleanse. I've just come off a 29-day cleanse. I've been on this since we've been doing this journey. About a week ago, I finished it. That was my light masculine, my light feminine. The light feminine, taking care and nurturing, you know, and nurturing ourselves. And she's that benevolent mother to all. She's that generous-hearted guide, and that comes through the heart of love. She's just pure love. So the thing is, though, we don't want to just be only in light feminine, light masculine. You know, the light masculine is missing out on the party, you know. He's missing out on a lot of fun too. You need that warrior, revolutionary, funky, get down with it, like on the pace, on the street. You know, you need that dark masculine, you know, with the light masculine, right? You want both. It's the same with that dark feminine. You don't want to be missing out on your erotic Shakti and just be the good mother, you know, the benevolent mother. You want to be the sexy mother. You want to be the woman who's got all connected to her emotion, connected to her passion, connected to her creativity, fearless, bold, courageous, and heartful, pure and strong. So this is the embodied marriage that I'm going to invite today. The first part of the process. We're going to meditate and then come out into a free writing. So I invite you with that piece of paper, if you didn't get it already, and have a piece of paper there with those quadrants. You light feminine in one quadrant, you light masculine, you dark feminine, and you dark masculine. And just having, that, so you've got paper and a pen right by you. So we're going to go into a bit of a trance, and then I just really want us to explore this writing from this deeper connected space. So let's go into deepening with our practice. Come into your womb now. Come into your womb now. Softening your genitals, softening your yoni, softening, coming into a prostration to the mother. We call you Shakti, Goddess Mother. We call you to come and be with us in our sacred inner marriage ceremony. We call you come through us, through all your faces, as the inner erotic lover, as the pure light mother, as the wild Kali force, as the sweet nectar of love. We call you Shakti. As priestess, queen, and wise woman. We call you that we may integrate all parts of our femininity, aligning each aspect with divinity. Opening, lighting her flame. I bring her through your solar plexus chakra now. Shakti, help me to align or immature aspects of my feminine. The part of me that has been needy, desperate, seeking for love outside of me, seeking in all the wrong places. Part of me that has been competitive, jealous, judging. Beloved Mother, divinity, Shakti, in your force, as Queen, as Kali, help me. Help me to grow myself up, that I may stand before God at the altar today and fully embrace and marry all parts of me. I want you to grow up, my darling daughter. I want you to grow up. I vow to no longer abandon you, to source love outside of you. I vow to commit to loving myself first and foremost. I invite you to bring your inner child to the altar. So in a marriage ceremony today, we walk towards the altar of our own hearts, beloveds. Our own hearts. We have to grow up. We have to grow up these desperate, needy, clingy women, little girls that are bothering our women. I grow you up and they rest here in solar, calling mothers, Shakti's love to that space. Today we come to the altar to marry ourselves. To marry all of ourselves. We have to offer up any part of ourselves, those of us that are single, that have shame around being single. Any feeling of being less than must go. We have to let go of the part of us that is settling for less than we deserve. We have to let go of that part of us that has been castrating the masculine outside of ourselves and within ourselves to become more present here and whole. Anchoring as we open up to receive the light masculine, And the light feminine. And we bring her to them. So she may guide, and he may guide and parent her right here, right now. What is the consciousness of the sacred, the light feminine, the masculine want to say, or how to be with that immature part of you? The part of you that feels shame, the part of you that feels unworthy, the part of you that's put up with less than you deserve, the part of you that's been abandoning yourself to be with whoever, just so you're not alone. Part of you that sacrificed happiness to fit into the status quo. Whatever that is, allow this opening through the top of your temple, down into your body, the pure consciousness of the divine feminine and the divine masculine to come through. You are a strong, bold, and courageous woman to be stepping into this initiation. Not many have walked this before you to this time. And when a woman has truly married herself before the divine, she becomes whole and complete. This is to not say she does not partner. She partners in a new way. She partners from a place of love, integrity, and wholeness. Whatever you're giving up inside of your immature solar plexus, needy, clingy dynamics, let it be alchemized energetically now with masculine and feminine. Just clearing it. Right here, right now, for all who are listening to the recording, we call you Anubis to hold the space with Isis and Osiris. Lift it off. you are. Mama, 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 mama. Maya, Maya, Maya. Hey, ay, 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 ay. Hey, ay, 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 oh, ay, 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 oh, ay. Sometimes I just have to go out to the earth, and it's just powerful to transmute, because I really felt that for the collective here. We do this for ourselves, and we do this for all beings. We do this for our daughters and our sons. We do this for our whole family line. We do this to support the shifting of the paradigm of what it is as we anchor new sacred relationship into our own lives and into the template of human consciousness. We rise. We rise together now as a collective of women who have anchored into this cauldron of sacred union. We rise, and may this final session be the completion as we fly like phoenixes from the ashes of the old paradigms that no longer serve us. Thank you. We breathe to our hearts now. And we stay connected, keep connected to matter, to mother, to dark Shakti. Keep connected to that earth energy, to your raw, juicy power. Don't give it up to think you are worthy of love, of the love of God. This has been our disconnect, and it is no more. It is no more. It is no more. On this sacred solstice, 2016, we embrace this union of matter and spirit in our own body vessels. We embrace this union of all aspects of our inner feminine and all aspects of our inner masculine, and we marry them in front of God to birth them. Whether they've been immature, we birth them. Whether they've been hidden in the shadows, we bring them to God to grow up. And this is the commitment. It's not some false idea of, often when we commit to marrying someone, sure, we fall in love with the perfect model, but by the time we've married them, we know, we've had, different dynamics with them. We've been through the ups and downs, hopefully when we choose to marry them, we're moving through these concepts of forever and ever, but we're committing to a deep union, and we're committing to loving all parts of themselves. And perhaps we are committing to an eternal bond, and perhaps we are committing to a lifelong bond. But whatever the commitment is, it's a commitment that honors all parts of that person. We vow to love them no matter what. We vow not to run and hide when their shadow arises. And this is what we're doing through our inner marriage ceremony. We're committing to loving all parts of ourselves. And that is these immature parts of our feminine and masculine as much as it is all parts of our dark and light. We walk unveiled. This is a marriage that we do naked. Unveiled. This is a marriage that where we meet all parts of ourselves. Breathing up to your heart chakra. Opening through the heart and getting this incredible sense of your capacity to embrace everything, to love yourself through everything. Start to feel into the sense of this marriage to today, tonight, this solstice, as a deeper commitment to loving yourself no matter what. A commitment to not abandoning yourself any longer. A vow to loving yourself first and foremost. The union of the feminine and the masculine within you. Matter and spirit, mother and father, God and goddess, wild woman and wild man, king and queen, warrior and warrioress. They are all inside of you. And as we move and open to ourselves as evolutionary, revolutionary humans, priests and priestesses, birthing the new dawn, living in sacred union within and without, at peace with our inner masculine, at peace with the outer masculine, at peace with the inner feminine, at peace with the outer feminine. And moving that through. So beloveds, I'm going to invite you to get down and dirty into your dark Shakti, your dark feminine, your Kali feminine. I'm going to invite you to start low. To get really low. To call up the dark feminine. especially the parts of her you've suppressed or denied, find her way to meet the divinity inside. Through your pelvis. Free her of all your judgment in the past. Let her meet the divine inside you. Bring her fierce love through. Let her meet the light feminine inside you. And come to rise to meet the light feminine inside you. Calling her as Galactic Queen, Star Mother, Light Mother, blending the rivers of the white and the gold parts of the feminine in you, down into your womb. They anchor as a jewel beyond anything you've ever known. Call their river of the red, the deep blood, the raw, primal mother, to blend the white, the gold, the opalescent, the galactic, the stellar, compassionate heart mother. Allow them to blend in your heart. May you be jeweled by the river, the light, and the dark feminine. She who is alive with matter the mother, she who's aligned with the light, spirit, the stars and the sun. And now I invite you to call the dark masculine inside you. Do you know him? Call you to invite you to call him, to invite him to come out of his slumber, to come out of the ways that you feared him, projected out on him, denied him, pushed him out. I call you to ride his horse, as this is the horse that's going to take you on your journey. Get into your groin, my sister. Embody your balls, my sister. Grow your etheric cock and feel that power within you too. Call in that dark masculine source to meet with the divine. Grow him. Sacredize him. Receive his pure dark essence. Call him warrior. Sacredize him, divinize him. For without connection to the mother, he is destroying this planet. With us denying him as part of us, he is running like a wild madman. Bring him home. Bring him home into your marriage of yourself. Bring him home as part of yourself. And let him meet the light masculine inside of you. Star King. Call him pure consciousness. Call him he who knows how to hold the dark shadow inside of you without judgment. Call him when he knows how to bring home everything to love. Call him in his galactic, soft, geometric codes of white and gold, and let him meet with the blood-red river of the dark masculine inside your womb. And call him. Inviting now that sacred union, that sacred marriage of the dark feminine and the light feminine, the dark masculine and the light masculine, to meet as one inside your womb, igniting new codes this sacred solstice day of a fully integrated human. Allow the ecstatic rebirth to activate. And stop and rest here into your heart, your sacred heart, and invite the embrace of the golden feminine and the golden masculine with the deep red primal feminine and masculine to meet inside your heart. You can receive this union, this alchemical union, this sacred, erotic, divine, embodied union. Clearing layers of unworthiness, clearing whatever is being false. And anchoring. That's it. Anchoring into the jaw, into place. breath. And expanding. And expanding. And we stand at the altar before God, Goddess, integrated and whole, ready to embrace. We call light feminine, light masculine, to rest deep in our hearts, the guiding intelligence for our lives. And we call the primal, juicy, dark feminine, the primordial river of fierce love and protection, the power of action and physical manifestation to blend with you. So my sisters, invite you to go to your Xiphoid Chakra. Your Xiphoid Chakra is this bone. You've got your solar plexus, and then you have the sternum bone just under the heart, just under the heart. This particular chakra, I'll talk to you for a minute. This particular chakra is very key, very, very key. We need to unplug it for full sacred union to occur. This chakra is the core of our capacity to be fully united with our inner feminine and inner masculine. But this chakra also has been plugged, and it's been causing us this experience of separation. I mean, I don't know if whenever I've had a breakup, this is where I ache the most. Through this process of this core sacred union and teaching, I'm so grateful to you for coming here on this journey. This chakra for me now is completely vibrating, open, unified. I transmit this to you, that you may know wholeness completely in every fiber of your being. We pray for the union of feminine and masculine within us. We ask that this xiphoid be jeweled through this ceremony into the remembrance of union. And I invite now a shamanic clearing and unplugging for you. You'll need to stand up. You need to anchor down. Receive the spinning into your xiphoid. Let it break apart the illusion of separation between the masculine and the feminine. We do this for ourselves. We do this for all beings. We do this for all souls on this earth. Breathe into your xiphoid and receive the seed of stellar consciousness of the unity codes. The unity codes, the remembrance of union. You are whole, you are complete, and you can reflect that completion outside of you in beloved. Yeah. So I just want to support you right now. Ampuasar, go to your xiphoid. Anchor into Shakti. Anchor into Shakti. Anchor into her. Call her to help you unplug. There you go. There you go. Unpull. And I'm surrogating for you, to support you and you for you. And I do not take any karma of anybody else, but yet I support you through your body to release. Lifting the codes of separation up. Oh. And anchoring the unity codes of golden light from the divine light feminine, light masculine. Oh my God. Allowing the unity of the river of the dark feminine and the dark masculine to unite inside you, to integrate into you and your body. And the light feminine and the light masculine to blend into your Xiphoid chakra. And we stand again before, at the altar. I'm your priestess. And we are each other's witnesses. And we stand before God Goddess, as God Goddess, embodied in union. Bridging down into your xiphoid. You are whole, you are one, you are free. Beloveds, I invite you now to come into your integration through the written word. And I invite you to, from this place, to write some vows to yourself. To write some vows to yourself. You know, like I spoke to them earlier. Some of mine, I vow to never abandon myself for love outside of myself. I vow to remember myself as a source of love always. I vow, and so on and so on. And I want this to just come from you. You're making your own vows to yourself as part of your sacred inner marriage ceremony. Everything we have been doing these last 10 weeks, everything we've been doing is leading us to this climatic moment. We have forgiven ourselves. We have got to know ourselves, our wounds and our lights. We have prayed. We have gone from deep seeking to deep union. And today we truly become the one that we are looking for. What is your vows, your commitment? Writing them down. And for those of you who are here live, I invite you to use our chat as a place for you to write your vows. And if anyone, and for those of you who are listening to the recording, you can post them up on the Facebook page, but use this time to just simply write them. Let's witness each other and hold each other. That's beautiful, Ivana. I vow that I will call my inner masculine and feminine to hold my inner child when she needs that. That's my deep vow too, and that's part of my vow to never abandon myself for seeking love or approval outside of me. I vow not to accept less than what I deserve anymore. Ivana, me too. Lara writes, I vow to love myself, to never abandon myself, to always believe in myself, to honor myself, to honor who I am wholly, or parts of me without judgment. Put these on. I'm just strain my eyes. I vow to be in loving presence with myself. So inspiring. Sonia. Beautiful Sonia. I vow to be totally there for myself in pure love, gentleness, and affection. Oh, I really feel that. It's so tender. And Gemma writes, I vow never to judge myself and instead love myself for all that I am. Oh. And Lisa says, I vow to cherish, respect, honor, and love myself. And Adrienne, I vow to accept every piece of myself. I vow to accept every moment of my life. I vow to love myself passionately. And without reservation. I vow to nourish my soul by listening deeply to my body. That seems to be such a deep vow. This love, this self-love, this body care. This vessel just needs our attention too. No one else is going to take care of them. Louise, I vow to love all of myself. And Michelle, I vow to hold myself in a deep container. The chat, every time someone chats, it moves around. Sorry, I want to go back to Michelle. Here we are. I vow to hold myself in a deep container of unconditional love, compassion, and acceptance always. Beautiful. Ivana, I vow to keep opening my heart from the place of union of light masculine and light feminine, with the protection from dark feminine and dark masculine placed in my solar plexus. I vow to make safe place for my heart to be able to continue opening. That's really powerful. I had a very profound moment today in this ceremony where I felt where I have denied the dark aspects of the feminine, of the masculine, and even the light aspect of the feminine, and where those two denials have been kept out of my inner union practice. And I felt the union of the light feminine descending like never before with the dark light masculine. And I felt the union of the dark masculine unifying with the dark feminine. And when I felt them all unifying in my womb, it was like a womb, jeweled gold and red womb explosion of like nothing I had ever anchored in my body before. Oh, thank you so much. That's why I was crying. It was just like a remembrance of something so deep and profound. Anaya, Anaya, Anaya. I vow to accept, respect, and love myself unconditionally with all that I am. It's beautiful, Anaya. Sonia Bell. I vow to go for what's right for me with courage and wisdom, to believe in myself, to hold myself in complete acceptance, compassion, responsiveness, and responsibility. Oh, I really feel that for you, Sonia. So beautiful to feel your courage. Ambika. I vow to all four, dark and light, male and female, to honor, explore, release, grieve, incorporate, and celebrate as one wholehearted being. Oh, darling, I so feel you get this. Thank you for being here today. And thank you for your honoring and your devotion to teaching the Kundalini dance practice and bringing it through your magnificent 70-year-old body. You are such an inspiration. This woman just goes. And Sonia says, I vow to remember me always, even those times when I may not. And Paloma, hello. I vow to be fearless and steadfast in my love of self and sacred union. I vow to never abandon myself or my covenant to self and my sacred consort. I vow to stand on the foundational base of sacred union, inner and outer, in front of God, Goddess, and my sacred consort. I vow to emanate this union, outer and inner, for the benefit of all humanity. Ah, Paloma, my messenger, you are just always supporting and integrating the refinement of my message, this message, our message, your message. What Paloma speaks to is so it. This union piece today. Let's feel into those vows, because it's so the culmination of this commitment to inner union. See ourselves now whole in front of our sacred beloved, outside of ourselves, also whole, the embodying. Feel this, how when we deepen this commitment, we deepen our capacity to dive into sacred union with our beloved in the flesh. And from this place of wholeness, we magnetically emanate like a ray, like a magnetic radiating auric dish of wholeness. Onto our divine counterparts in the flesh. And radiate and ask for this balance within us to reflect the balance in the masculine, feminine, man, woman, outside of ourselves. Adrienne, I feel so blessed to witness everyone's marriage and to witness your beautiful breakthrough, Leola. How inspiring. And I vow to myself to allow myself to be everything that I can be in love. I vow to allow myself to be loved by myself and man. Ivana, I vow to continue this journey, and I hope you have something again for us, dear beautiful Leola. I've never seen your light feminine as much as today, Emma. Yeah. I vow to remember that I am whole and part of all one, that I am integral and that I belong. I vow to be radiant and sexual, to be seen and thus allow other women to let go of any shame. It's so beautiful. Oh, beloveds, thank you so much. Oh, this is our final ceremony, our final moment. I love you so much. This piece that I've been wearing completely carries the sacred union codes, the gold and the red, mystic heart, the union of both, of all four aspects. And I bought this piece in Glastonbury as the beginning of this journey to represent my sacred marriage. I bought it as I was writing the initial invitation in the course page. And in June, when I was traveling in Europe, or when that was, September. And my daughter has the same, but smaller. And it's been the symbol of our journey of sacred union. And I just invite you as part of this ceremony to, it's like every time I put this on, every time I'm writing for Sacred Union, every time I'm teaching, every time I'm teaching online, teaching life, I place it. Every ceremony I do, I wear it. So it gets imbued with this energy and helps me to remember. And invite you now, as we, in this phase of the initiation, that I'm very excited to offer this opportunity for you to also, just to take a piece of jewelry or something that reminds you of this vow to yourself. And it can be, you don't have to even go out and buy something new. And sometimes it can just be a ring that we already have that we can just buy for ourselves, or one we already have that we just commit to this marriage, and imbue that so that every time you look at it, you remember your vows and you remember this commitment to continue to really integrate all these aspects within, so that we can embrace all those aspects when they're reflected to us without. Thank you so much. I've grown with you so much this journey. I'm so humbled and grateful. So beautiful. So beautiful. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to explore this wisdom inside of me, to write and to create, to live my soul vocation. Thank you for all your support. Thank you so much. And I'm here in love. And thank you, Paloma, for being with me on this journey. Yeah. The love in this field is flooding us, and may it continue to nurture your hearts in love. And I am very excited for my next offering to you. I have been sitting on the priestess training since March, early this year, and I was waiting for the right time, the right energy, the right collaboration. So I'll be launching that very shortly. You keep your eye out, your email. That is the mother at the moment is saying, it's time to nurture all women. Thank you, beloveds. Thank you, thank you. Oh, feeling kind of sad. It's like, oh, it's not over. It continues. It continues. It continues. I'm gonna offer you all the Priestess Rising short self-led course at a very discounted rate. I'll send you that link, and then soon I'll send you the deeper. There's a 9-month program that I'm offering that I'm very excited about for people who are called to really birthing their own work and really coming forward and to ignite the seeds of their divine design to be held in a cauldron. The Mother's been guiding me that this is the most alive thing to do at this time. So I feel very, very, very excited, and I'm collaborating with an incredible beloved priestess sister, and you'll read all about it. We're going to be launching it in the next 24 hours or something. So it's been a part of the last Sacred Union journey has also birthed something very magnificent creatively. And I look forward to sharing more with you, beloved. Happy solstice, shimmer and shine. Or I know some of us are in the deep dark of winter at minus 19 temperatures in Canada and deep dark winters, and some of us are just shining out in the summer is coming for us here, and it feels very, very, very beautiful to be here. Have a wonderful time with your families and friends. If you do want to stay in sacred practice, deepen your relationship to the Divine Mother. The priestess ceremony is part of that. Oh my God, thank you for staying up so late, Europe women. Hey, I found a new time. And I think it's, if I do it at 5 p.m., then it's your like a.m. It's like your 7 a.m. in Europe. And it's or around that, an hour here or there, depending where you are. And then it's your 10 a.m. in America. So it's a little late, but I'm going to work with that time for the next courses and stuff, just to balance things out, because there's a lot of European women coming on. Aww. I'm so happy, Gemma. It's been really clearing, and it's been a real source of light, I know, for many of us. We'll continue to journey. I'm also going to open up the portal. I've been feeling like the group work has been really beautiful. In January, I have an opening to work one-on-one with people. So I feel like I really want to extend myself for January before I start my group teachings again, both the live and the online, in February. But I feel like if you want to deepen in Sacred Union, I'm going to be offering the Chakra Alchemy course for mid-February. If you want to go into deep dive with us, it's going to be magnificent 9-month priestess training for you to really birth your soul vocation into the world and get some skills, but to be guided by me to develop your own work and really create a diamond stellar offering in the world. If you want to work personally with me, I'm going to make myself available in January. I'll be sending that information out in the early part of January. So I love you all. I love you all. Yeah. It's very exciting. It's the most alive thing, and it's come completely from the Mother, this priestess training. It's just like, come, she's just been like, this, you need to do this and create this. And there's a few different tiers financially for a few different ways that you can either just be more in the group setting or have more mentorship and one-on-one support. And the aim is it's a practical journey. You're going to get your websites finished at the end. You're going to have your course launched, and you're going to be offering it. You're going to be in it fully. Like it's so ecstatic. Oh my God. Every time we sit and write it, we're just like, truly, absolutely, Yahoo. because it's time. Like, I've been teaching Kundalini dance for 10 years, but I really want people to be doing your own thing. And I think there's not a lot of mentors that mentor how to navigate this immense field of Shakti, how to navigate the, yeah, exactly. How to navigate this, you know, also what is within you, and to work with sexuality too, like, and this is coming from a response. Not only has the mother called this, but women in the community have been asking for this, and it's kind of, yeah, it's exciting, and I love you, so I have to just share that. It's time to go. I love you all. Bless you, bless you, bless you. We'll stay in touch. I'll be offering lots of free things too. We can stay connected, keep the page alive. Bless you.